فلسطين Palestine.
على عهدي على ديني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا فديهم أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا فديهم والله أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني
Prime Minister Rabin, Chairman Arafat, Foreign Minister Perez, Mr. Abbas, President Carter, President Bush, distinguished guests. On behalf of the United States and Russia, co-sponsors of the Middle East peace process, welcome to this great occasion of history and hope. Today, we bear witness to an extraordinary act in one of history's defining dramas, a drama that began in the time of our ancestors when the word went forth from a sliver of land between the River Jordan and the Mediterranean Sea. That hallowed piece of earth, that land of light and revelation, is the home to the memories and dreams of Jews, Muslims, and Christians throughout the world. As we all know, devotion to that land has also been the source of conflict and bloodshed for too long. Throughout this century, bitterness between the Palestinian and Jewish people has robbed the entire region of its resources, its potential, and too many of its sons and daughters. The land has been so drenched in warfare and hatred, the conflicting claims of history etched so deeply in the souls of the combatants there, that many believed the past would always have the upper hand. Then, 14 years ago, the past began to give way, when at this place and upon this desk, three men of great vision signed their names to the Camp David Accords. Today we honor the memories of Menachem Begin and Anwar Sadat, and we salute the wise leadership of President Jimmy Carter. 2 years ago in Madrid, another president took a major step on the road to peace by bringing Israel and all her neighbors together to launch direct negotiations. And today we also express our deep thanks for the skillful leadership of President George Bush. Ever since Harry Truman first recognized Israel, every American president, Democrat and Republican, has worked for peace between Israel and her neighbors. Now the efforts of all who have labored before us bring us to this moment, a moment when we dare to pledge what for so long seemed difficult even to imagine, that the security of the Israeli people will be reconciled with the hopes of the Palestinian people, and there will be more security and more hope for all. Today, the leadership of Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization will sign a declaration of principles on interim Palestinian self-government. It charts a course toward reconciliation between two peoples who have both known the bitterness of exile.
Can we have shaking?
Mr. President, how is it going, Mr. President?
Shake hand,
How long
please.
is it going to take, Mr. President?
We pledged to each other we would answer no questions and offer no comments. So I have to set a good example. You're difficult to resist, but I will make it today at least.
Is that the only agreement you have reached so far?
That would be answering a question.
Can you talk about the move?
Thank you.
Can you talk
Shake hand, please.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Palestinian Corner from Montreal, and this is our 19th episode devoted to President Bill Clinton and his great effort to bring the Israelis and Palestinians to sign the Declaration of Principle in Washington between Yasser Arafat and Ishaq Rabin. Mr. Clinton almost succeeded to bring Ehud Barak and Yasser Arafat to agree to a Palestinian state. Arafat hesitated to take such a great step for fear of criticism, leaving the Middle East region in a political turmoil. Again, he regretted his decision later on, but it was too late. The moving sands of the Middle East. Mr. Clinton reflects in his speeches and interviews to what had happened. He tried to construct the future in the Middle East, but he was consumed by the rhetoric and anxiety of the politics in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. نعم، نجح الرئيس بيل كلينتون في جمع القيادة الفلسطينية والإسرائيلية من إسحاق رابين وياسر عرفات وجها لوجه في مفاوضات مباشرة، وواصل عمله لإمضاء إعلان المبادئ بمحادثات كامب ديفيد مع يهود باراك وياسر عرفات للاتفاق على إقامة دولة فلسطينية لولا تردد الرئيس عرفات وتخوفه من انتقادات حماس وغيرها. قطع المحادثات فجأة وبدون أن يشرح حتى لوفده إيش السبب. هو طبعا تندم على هذا وهو محاصر في المقاطعة، ولكن تفيد بإيه يا ندم. المحزن في قيادة الرئيس عرفات أنه لم يكن لا سياسي ولا دبلوماسي ولا إداري ولا يعرف كيف يبني الدولة. بكل أسف كان صح قائد يجمع الرجال حوله وتصرفاته شبه ملهمة واندفاعية. الرئيس كلينتون يقول في أحد خطبه: كنت أموت وأشوف للفلسطينيين دولة. طبعا الرئيس عرفات لم يشاركه في ذلك، وقال كلينتون في أحد تسجيلاته أن عرفات اتصل فيه قبل نهاية فترته في الرئاسة الأمريكية والبيت الأبيض وقال له: شكرا سيادة الرئيس، نحن فخورين بنشاطك وعملك والمجهودات اللي قمت فيها من أجل القضية الفلسطينية. كلينتون قال له: تشيرمان عرفات، لقد صنعت مني فاشلا. لنتابع كلمات الرئيس كلينتون وخيبة أمله في إقامة الدولة الفلسطينية. حقا خيبتنا جميعا كفلسطينيين وعرب وحتى إسرائيليين وأمريكان. Let's go back to President Bill Clinton and his great effort to bring peace to the Israelis and Palestinians.
The peace process will succeed if it comes with a recognition that the fulfillment of one side's aspirations must come with, not at the expense of, the fulfillment of the other side's dreams. It will succeed when we understand that it is not just about mutual obligations, but mutual interest, mutual recognition, mutual respect. When all agree there is no sense in a tug of war over common ground.
I killed myself to give the Palestinians a state. I had a deal they turned down that would have given them all of Gaza, all of Gaza, between 96 and 97% of the West Bank, compensating land in Israel, you name it. Then, when Mr. Fayyad was the prime minister of the Palestinians on the West Bank, we had all the Muslim countries willing to normalize relations with Israel if they had recognized the Palestinian state. Did I agree with the Israeli policy? No. My whole life I did that. Hillary got the only 3 face-to-face meetings between Mr. Netanyahu and the leader of the Palestinians, President Abbas, that anybody's gotten in the last 8 years.
And I hope that this will lead to everybody doing a little soul searching and trying to get back to the baseline issue of a peace agreement. Now, with Hamas involved, it raises a different issue, which is that there's no way the Israelis are going to give up the West Bank and agree to a state unless Hamas agrees to give up violence and recognize Israel's right to exist. They won't do it, and that's sort of a non-starter. And I think it should be. That is, I think you can't just have a one-way peace. You got to have both sides have got to give up what the other side most objects to.
There is a widespread feeling in the world that the current Israeli government may have abandoned the intention of working with the Palestinians to create a state on the West Bank and Gaza and just doesn't want to say it. Everything Israel always said it wanted, they wanted their Arab neighbors to accept them. Now you've got the King of Saudi Arabia mobilizing every Arab country except Syria and Muslim countries as far away as Indonesia saying, give the Palestinians their state and we'll have a political, economic, and security partnership. No progress. Nothing happened. So it's an extremely difficult time. And what I'm more worried about is not somebody taking action against us. I think what we need to do is as soon as this is over, as soon as the Palestinians have had their say and said we did everything we were asking, this has not happened. And so they asked for this. And then we'll veto it. What we have to do is to move immediately to contain the fallout, not so much for the United States, but for the people in the Middle East.
كبدي